Okay, are we live? Okay, yes, we are live. Okay, so I am going to be taking some questions on JAM government, okay? And this is from the DTW JAM CBT app, okay? If you haven't gotten yours, try to get yours, okay? Over 20,000 past questions to study with in your CBT interface. It has a CBT interface, okay? So, and it's timed. Let me just even quickly show you. So it's, where is it? Okay, I think that's it. Okay, let me not go into it so I don't waste time. So it's time. You can get it for your computer. This is my own desktop version here for your phones, your Android phone, for all subject, government, your commercial accounts, every subject to use to practice for your forthcoming JAM 2023 examination. And I've taken like few questions here which we're going to go through together now. All right. And you can join our WhatsApp group. Oh, fantastic. In fact, this amazing group, the students there have been really impressing me. Studying even by 1 a.m. Oh my God, studying even by 1 a.m., explaining topics. I'll leave the link of the WhatsApp group in the video description box of this video. Okay, please join it. Your art students, commercial students, your science students, please do join the WhatsApp group, also the Discord group. Okay, so anyone you can be able to work with. I know everyone is on WhatsApp, so definitely use the WhatsApp. Okay, so here we have some questions here. This is the app. Okay, but we're going here, we're treating this now. All right, so we have some question here. So the first question here says, the political party formed in 1923 by Herbert Macaulay. What was the name of the political party formed in 1923 by Herbert Macaulay? A says Nigerian Youth Movement. B says National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroons. C says United in National Independence Party. Here the correct answer is what? D, which is what? Nigerian National Democratic what? Party. Okay, that was the political party that was formed by Herbert Macaulay. Okay, so Herbert Macaulay was recognized as the father of Nigerian nationalism. Okay, and during this particular election, they won all three seats in Lagos into the Legislative Council. Okay, so the party here is what? Nigerian National Democratic Party. All right, our second question we have here is, the head of the Nigerian judiciary is the A says Attorney General and Minister of Justice. I know most people will just mistakenly go for this. No. Okay. This says the President of the Court of Appeal. C says the Solicitor General of the Federation. D says the Chief Justice of the Federation. D is the correct answer. The Chief Justice of the Federation is the head of the Nigerian judiciary. Okay. So the right answer there is D. Now here it says, which of the following served as the Secretary General of the United Nations? Okay, that's the UN. A says Mohammed No. B says Javier Perez de Kula. Okay, this is it's from Peru. All right, and he is the one that served. Ibrahim Gambari, no. Joseph Gaba, no. Okay, the person that served as a Secretary General, some of these things you should know. They are like United Nations, the African Union, ECOWAS. Try to know the Secretary Generals, okay, the past Secretary Generals of this particular bodies. Okay, so here we have the answer. Here is Javier Perez de I can't pronounce Cula. Okay, he's from Peru, and he served as the fifth Secretary General, and he served from 1982 to 1992. Okay, so that's how long he served. So the answer here is what? B. Now we come here, it says A member of the Commonwealth that still recognizes the British monarch as its head of state is A says Australia, B says India, C Singapore, D says Ghana. You know what the Commonwealth is? These are countries that have been previously colonized by the British monarch, okay? And the member that still recognizes the British monarch as his head of state is what? Australia, all right? The answer here is Australia. Now, our fifth question says, the atomic bomb test carried out around the Sahara Desert made Nigeria sever relations with A says India, B says Australia, C says United States, D says France. The answer here is France. It was France that carried out an atomic bomb test. Okay, and the Sahara Desert was in Algeria. That's where they carried out that test when they were colonizing Algeria. Okay, and they did this in 1960. So the answer here is France. Nigeria severed, not only Nigeria, Ghana, and some other African countries severed relationships with France. Now, six, it says the first federal constitution in Nigeria was the A says Independence Constitution, B says Clifford Constitution, C says Macpherson Competition, Constitution, I mean, D says the Littleton Constitution. Okay, the answer here is the Littleton's Constitution. It's the first federal constitution in Nigeria. Okay, I hope I'm not too fast. I don't want this video to be quite long. That's why I'm a bit hasty. Well, let me slow down a bit. Okay, so it says Littleton is the correct answer here as the first federal constitution in Nigeria. Okay, this was the constitution of 1954. All right, it introduced the federal system of government. All right, so the answer here is Littleton Constitution. Now, uh, here we have number 7. It says the most important aspect of a political participation in a democracy is A says voting in elections, B says registration with a political party, C says the observance of electoral processes, D says attending political rallies. The right answer here is voting in election. That is the most important aspect of political participation in a democracy. Okay, so make sure you vote. If you are up to the voting age, vote, all right, the right candidate for Nigeria. Prayerfully vote, okay, for Nigeria coming election in February 2023. Okay, and I always pray for and always pray for your country, not just me alone. Pray that there will be peaceful elections. It's going to go smoothly. God is going to put the right candidates to lead us into greater and greener parts of our country. Okay, so the most important aspect is voting in elections. That's the right answer here. Now, another question says, an indication that Africa is still the centerpiece of Nigeria's foreign policy was the creation of Africa. I think Obasanjo's regime, which other person's regime also considers Africa as centerpiece, apart from Obasanjo, which other one? Uh, I know there's a particular president I'm trying to get, but Obasanjo considered Africa as a centerpiece of Nigeria's foreign policy, not other countries. Okay, because we are part of Africa, and this indication was the creation of what A says Ministry of Integration and Cooperation in Africa, B says Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I know a lot will just go for Ministry of Foreign Affairs, but it is wrong. C says Nigerian Institute of International Affairs. No. D says the National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies. Okay, so this is the answer. The National Institute of what? Policy and Strategic Studies was the indication that Africa is still the centerpiece of Nigeria's foreign policy. So it led to the creation of this. Okay, so this is the answer. The next question says, a major achievement of OAU was definitely it's the decolonization of what Africa, not eradication of poverty or promotion of development or establishment of democracy in Africa. No, it's the major achievement was the decolonization of what Africa. Okay, that was the major achievement of OAU. It helped other African, Nigeria and other countries help other Africans to become decolonized. All right. Our next question is the method used, okay, to determine the possible outcome of an electoral contest is A says press review, B says referendum, C says opinion poll, D says plebiscite. Okay, the answer here is opinion poll. All right, that is what we use to determine the possible outcome of an electoral contest. Let's say you want to get who will win, who is the favorable candidate here. To do that is an opinion poll. You use this method to find that out. All right. 11 says Nigerians voting at the United Nations is guided primarily by A says her national interest, B says the Cold War, C says world peace, D says her concern for Africa. The right answer here is what? Her national interest. Okay, Nigerians voting at the United Nations is guided primarily by her national interest. The answer here is A. Another question says, citizenship acquired through marriage is referred to as A says honorary, no. B says registration. Yes, this is the correct answer. It's by registration. C says nationalization, no. D says naturalization, no. The answer, if you are going to acquire citizenship through marriage, is registration. You have to do what? Register, with the appropriate authorities with a country, which, maybe you marry a citizen there. Okay, you go for registration. So B is the right answer here. 13, that is, it says, the major function of the civil service is, A says, advising government and implementing its policies. This is the correct answer. That's the major function of civil service. But let us see the other option. It says providing relevant information on government, keeping records of activity of government, promoting the interests of civil servants. Okay, the major function, the first function is advising the government and implementing its policies. Whichever policies that government has made, the civil service what implements it. That is one of its major functions. Okay, another function is educating the people on the activities, okay, of government, monitoring, coordinating government what projects. Okay, so those are other functions. All right, here the answer is what? A. Now, here we have this. It says, that's 14. It says, one of the organizational weakness of Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, that is OPEC, is its inability to, one of the major weakness of OPEC is its inability to, A says, monitor global oil consumption. No. B says collect membership dues promptly. This is absolutely wrong. No. Okay. C says punishing erring members. This is the right option. This says assist poor countries. No. This cannot be a weakness. All right, because there's enough money. So you first of all, there's a trick in all these particular questions. There's a way you can quickly eliminate things that is so wrong. All right, to let's say you don't know you don't know the direct answer to a particular question. All right, there's a way you can do elimination. By reading the option, you will know which one that is totally wrong, that doesn't even concur with this statement. All right, it says weakness, inability. It says collect membership dues promptly. It cannot be. You cross it. This one says assist poor countries. It cannot be. You cross it. All right. So the two remaining is monitor global oil consumption, punish erring members. So this, out of these two, A and C, is likely to be one of them likely to be the answer. But if you look inward, you will notice that the OPEC, definitely the OPEC might not be fully able to monitor global oil consumption. Okay, but not totally. But here, the major thing is punishing erring members. A lot of members of the OPEC countries, members of OPEC, they err a lot. according to fixing their prices, their oil quota, they earn a lot, and the organization can't really punish them. Are you getting me? So the right option here is what C, their inability to punish what area members. They can monitor global oil, so it's not a weakness or global oil consumption. It is quite, they might not get it like up to 100%, but at least 90% they can be able to monitor global oil consumption. All right, but in punishing area members, they have an inability to do so. Now, finally, our last question for today, we're going to take more question by God's grace. Okay, so it says the Nigerian Cameroonian crisis over the Bakassi Peninsula occurred owing to the interpretation of the Treaty of 1913 and the so how was the crisis over? How was it resolved? Okay, so it's owing to the interpretation of the Treaty of 1913 and the A says Moria Accord, Mario Accord. B says decision of the International Court of Justice. C says resolution of OAU. D says decision of ECOWAS Tribunal. The answer here is the decision of the International Court of Justice. Okay, and this decision was delivered. Okay, the judgment was delivered on the 10th of October 2002. Always know all these dates in during your government, when you're reading your question, your when you're studying. Okay, so this the judgment was delivered on the 10th of October 2000, not 2000, yeah, 2002. I'm confusing it with 2023. Okay, so 2002. All right, so the answer here is option B. Okay, so we've come to the end of today's quick wrap up on JAM government. We're going to be doing a lot of past questions just to kick spur you to read, to read and to study. And please do make sure you get the DTW app, JAM practice app, to study more for more questions, over 20,000 questions to practice with, timed and with correct solutions. Okay, you have correct solutions. So please share this with your friends, family, loved ones. Join the WhatsApp group as I said earlier on. And finally, yeah, is that all? Yeah, finally, don't forget that Jesus Christ is coming soon. Give your life to Christ, for He's the way, He's the truth, He's the life. He's the one who's going to lead you to heaven at last and also give you that heaven on earth here. Okay? Give you strength, good health, to read and prepare for your forthcoming JAM exam and crown everything above all with success. You are getting admitted into your choice. Tell you that just speaking to yourself, I am destined to win. Today, say it 20 times. You will see that that fear would disappear totally. Say, I am destined to win. In fact, drop it in the comments box. I am destined to win. Shout it. Say it. Okay? And all those fear would disappear. Do you get me? All right. So thank you and see you in our next video. You can join the Facebook group also. That would also help. Just join all these groups, and that's where I would publish a lot of things. All right. Thank you and see you in our next video.